This is your host and wonderful teacher, Brian Nkulansha.
The universe is asking you, has been asking each and every one of us the simple question: what do you want? This is a question that has been asked all our lives. We've been asked that question over and over and over in every situation that we come across. The universe is asking you, what do you want? In the Bible, it is paraphrased this way. In the first person point of view of Jesus, he always asked the people who were looking for help from him, what can I do for you, or what do you want me to do for you? And a lot of answers came. Some said, so that we may see. There is a story there. It's a very, very funny story because it's true. He asked some of his disciples, he said, what do you want me to do for you? And they answered. And then he told them that you do not know what you ask. Because it is true, most of us, in the surface of everything, just in the surface, we always feel like, I know what I want. But when it comes to this journey, to this life, you need to know exactly what you want. The reason why your life or the things in your life, they're like, there is no clarity. It's all blurry. It's like, it's half of this, half of that, and half of the good, half of the bad. You almost got it, and it's all because you haven't clarified exactly what you want. And today I just wanted to teach you the simple steps of manifesting your desires. And the first thing that you need to do, that you need to know, is to answer the question, because the question is even asked even to you today. It's all over scriptures, wherever the Bible talks about prayer, because prayer is all over the Bible. It is just asking you to define what you want, because when you go in prayer, you are going to associate, you are going to claim, you are going to possess what you want. You are bringing what you want to you. And the unfortunate thing is that most people do not know what they want. That's why he said, you do not know what you ask. So the first step is to define your desire. In terms of desiring, we all desire. It all comes natural. We are all desiring. There is nothing wrong with desire. I always say, in desiring there is no end, and there is nothing wrong with that. Some spiritual work, some spiritual teachings, some will teach you and tell you that desire is not good. You need to kill desire, because in the end of desire, what I do not know what they say, but I'm telling you that desire is good. In desiring, you will grow. In desiring, that's when you're going to learn to use your power and manifest consciously. I always like to emphasize and highlight the fact that all that is in your life, you have manifested it. You have been manifesting since day one. But right now, you will manifest consciously. So you need to define your desire. Be specific. What is it that you want? Just straight to the point. If you want a job, just say you want a job. What kind of a job? I remember we used to write applications, and when I was working, I think it was a retail shop. So when the boss will come and tell you to do something that, when you signed an agreement with the HR, it's something that you didn't agree upon, and then your colleagues will tell you that, you remember what you wrote in your application. They will remind you that you say that whatsoever that you can offer me, I'm going to do. That's what most people do when we go in prayer or before, because prayer is not just what you do during that particular time when you are imagining. Every day, every second, every moment of your life is prayer to the universe, to God. Your inner speech, your conversation, you are praying. What do you present yourself to be? Do you present yourself as somebody who is a beggar? Because if you present yourself as a beggar, you will remain a beggar. If you present yourself as a loser, somebody who is unworthy, somebody who is unlovable and rejected, that's what you're going to be. That's what you're going to give out to the universe. And that's what you're going to get. Because we do not get what we want, but we get only which we are and what we are. So you define your desire, be specific. I want a job, this is what I want from the job. You can be as specific as even the amount of money that you want to pay. You want to be paid. As long as you have that faith to believe on that, you're going to get it. You can say, I want to be paid 20,000 a month. That's what you're telling the universe. When you are defining your desire, this is what you want, this is the position that you want. You don't just say anything that you're going to give me. What is anything? Because the divine, the universe doesn't know anything. It doesn't. If you say anything, it means that you haven't started praying. So you define your desire. After defining your desire, what do you do? The next step is to create a scene that will imply your wish fulfilled, your desire fulfilled. We are talking about a job. So what is a sin that can imply that your wish has been fulfilled? Probably one of it will be your close friends, your relatives, your loved one congratulating you. Another thing, it can be if probably in your prayer you were specific that you wanted to be paid 20,000, it can be an in contact in your cell phone showing that you've received 20,000, your monthly salary. Or maybe it can be you in a party celebrating. There's a lot of things. After, don't imagine yourself going to the interview. No. After. What is likely to happen after you have received your desire? You create the scene, you make the scene. You are just there, you are sitting or you are walking, you're still alone. You create the scene, you just make sure that you need to shorten it. At least 3 to 5 seconds, 10 seconds, not more than 20 seconds. Because the problem with our mind is that it likes to wander off. So if you create a long scene, you tend to wander off. At least 5 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, 10 seconds, you are going to control that. And then what you do, after that, after you've created the scene, you play it in your mind. This is the scene. Probably you feel your friend, they are hugging you, they are congratulating you. Congratulations for your new job. That's the feeling. You even smell the perfume. You know the perfume of your friends. You smell that particular, you know the voice, you hear that voice, the specific voice of your friend congratulating you. That's the scene. 10 seconds, 5 seconds, it's okay. So then what do? Then now you go to imagine. So you sit, you relax, or you lie or on bed, flat with your back, or you sit, you relax, become comfortable. Then now you go into the silence. They call that the state akin to sleep. You go into the silence, and what do you do then? You start to play, you replay. You've already created the scene, isn't it? Now you replay the scene in your imagination. When you are all relaxed, all calm down, when you are in the state akin to sleep, that means you are in between wakefulness and sleep. Just there, so relaxed, so calm. Then you start playing the scene. You loop it, you play it over and over and over. You hear the voice, you smell the cologne, you keep adding all those facets over and over. And in your inner speech, you ask yourself this question: how would I feel if I've received this job? How would I feel if I've received my job? You ask that question while in your mental picture you are playing that scenes over, you loop it over and over and over and over and over up until you are, I won't say if you are tired, up until you feel like you've done enough. People will ask, how would I know that I've done enough? Sometimes there's a sensation that will come in your solar plexus. When you feel that sensation, that means you've planted the seed. Then you drop it. Or if it's in the case of maybe it's during the night, you're about to sleep, up until you fall asleep and then you sleep on it. Sleeping on it is one of the best. You sleep while doing the seed. It is possible sometimes that you will dream about it. Sometimes you won't even dream about it, but you have planted the seed. After that, one person asks, what do I do? Nothing. There is nothing that to do after that. It's just wait. What is happening? What will happen is what Neville calls the bridge of incidences. Then you will see things that will lead up to what you have to do. Of course, if you have to write applications, write them. Don't stop writing them. If you have already written them when you've prayed, stop. If maybe someone will come, a call, or you will see an ad or whatsoever, they will tell you that there's an opportunity where maybe you can go there. But normally you will be led. There is no mystery here. There is nothing that is going to be so different. It will happen in the most natural way. You will find that probably you will be shortlisted among other people, and then you will get the job. You find that maybe you are 2 or 3, and you find that all the other people, they didn't do this, and you will think that because they are not mentioning that they created the sin in their imagination. They told me that they had connections. They told me that probably they went to so and so who gave them this and this so that they were able to get the job. Then it means my imagination didn't work. Yes, it did. It worked. But it has to work in the most natural way. Why is that? Because we are in the physical world, and God, the universe, cannot break and disobey the laws that He has placed here. It will happen that very same way. If that job, they will call for interview, they will call you, and then you will go for interview. If they will tell you that you need to wait 3 days, you will wait 3 days, and then they will call you. But what do you do in the meantime between the time of prayer and the time of the manifestation? Just like I say, nothing. You can pray over and over, but the most important thing that you need to do there is to guide your inner speech. You will find yourself wandering around when the bills are coming, when the stress is coming. Probably you're going to wait days, weeks. During the time, what do? You keep going with your life. Do what you've been doing. But just make sure you guide your inner speech, because it is your inner conversation that has the power to abort your mental pictures. That has the power to abort what you've imagined. You might have imagined the wish fulfilled, but if in your mental speech you keep saying it over and over and over, then you're not going to get the job. Times are hard, you are cursed, you are what and what and what not. That's what is going to happen to you. So I wanted to tell you that today, because the universe is still asking you even today, what do you want me to do for you?